Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm continuing with my series 1 Hour Better, not in January, but in August, and it's all good. I had things happen at the beginning of the year, which made it a lot harder to organize and declutter and clean my studio beforehand. So today I'm going to be working on my fabric area, which has gotten a little out of control. Everything's supposed to be fitting on those shelves. That is the container. So that is the goal. I'm going to work for an hour, maybe not. I'm going to work for as long as my hands let me. So surprisingly today, I was able to work a little over an hour. Actually about, I think it was 54 plus 6 minutes, just over an hour. And so I feel good about that. My hands were hurting really bad today, and so doing art wasn't necessarily a possibility. Maybe now I can. I'm not totally sure. But I hope, because I just, I kind of figured that doing this would help what's the words I want to say? Kind of like exercise my hands or get them all from being stiff from the morning. Just, I've been trying to do more stuff lately, and when you do more stuff, you kind of have to pay for it. So my husband was nice enough to bring down a chair from the kitchen. Yes, we have little cheap IKEA chairs in our kitchen because they're lightweight and easy to move about. And if I need to stack them how often do I mop the floors? Hardly ever. But they're easy to, they can be stacked and whatnot and moved about easily. So I have quite a lot of fabric, as you will see. And I've just kind of been stuffing it over there when I get new fabric, or when I get gifted some fabric. My grandma is a quilter and she has quilter friends, and so I've got some things. And then my aunt went through her place, her studio, their basement is her studio area, and got rid of a lot of things, including some fabric and some old clothes that she had that had some lace pieces on them. Like that piece right there is, I think that came from my aunt. I don't know if that was something that my cousin wore when she was younger, because they would dress up 17th century? Yeah, 16th or 17th century dance. Wait, 17th century dance company. Yeah, that's what they were part of. Because Plymouth started in the 1600s, which would make that the 17th century. I know how that works. Also, I'll just remind you that this is 4 times speed. It don't necessarily work this fast. I am moving things out of that area that are not fabrics, and those tea towels are more for cleanup, so they're going to go over by my desk. They were the things I moved over a few seconds ago. I used to have all my Tim Holtz fabric together, and I try to have like all the ticking together. And then I've got a couple boxes just full of smaller scraps, which just are fun to play with. And so I've got a trash bag to my right. I'm getting a nice piece of denim coming in that is old enough to be able to be bleached. So I'm getting rid of like the big pieces of denim pants. Oh, and these are like pieces of my son's clothing that they might want me to make a journal for someday. So they're just going to go in a different place unless I can fit them back on one of those shelves. But I just moved them over to the side for now. So yeah, the top of that shelf was piled high with stuff. That the shelf right in front of me, that's the ticking and Osnaburg and whatnot. And let's see. Oh, and then down on the bottom, I've just got some batting and some bigger pieces. And then I'm moving a lot of the painted pieces. I'm moving to the basket, to the walls, to the bag there that is for putting in the shop. So a lot of these mixed media painted pieces are going to be going to the live sale on Cheryl's channel, Cheryl at the Whole Bucket. I try to link her in these videos because I do talk about the live sale. She does a live sale the first Tuesdays on her channel. Yes, she's a small channel, but I want her to grow, and that is why I sell through her. That, and because I just can't physically handle it. I have another piece of that ticking, so I was like, oh, I'll just put that in I don't need to keep it. I had like a really giant, I go whole hog sometimes when I buy fabric, because what if I can't find it again? It's ticking. They sell it at Hobby Lobby. It's fine. They got plenty of it. It's not even vintage. It's just nice to have. Some of the fabrics I have are vintage, but a lot of them are new. Sometimes I find them at thrift stores and I don't know how old they are. Oh, and that piece I'm folding right there came from a swap partner in England. So, you know, that's mine. You guys can't have it. It's very thin though, so I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to use it, but I really like it. It's got some blue. I use a lot of blues. You might have noticed that about me. I'm even wearing blue. Oh my goodness. Glad I wore a nice... That shirt is now too big for me, I'm noticing. Okay, we would just pay attention. Pretend that's a tank top underneath. It's a sports bra, but you know, the biggest loser can walk around in their sports bras with no shirt on. I guess I can tidy with a sports bra and a shirt on, even if it's falling off my shoulder. This shirt at one point was not snug, but it used to fit me perfectly, and now it's too big, so now I see that. So now it's going to go in the donate pile too. I know it would make a really cute journal cover, but also somebody a little bit larger than me could have a really cute shirt to wear. So I'm looking at it now. I'm like, oh, it's so cool though. Because tie-dye, who doesn't love tie-dye? Well, I guess some people don't, but I like a tie-dye. Yeah, I'm trying to fit all these fabrics into this smaller box, which was not their original container. I think this was like an overflow container, maybe. I don't know. And then I found some Tim Holtz fabric, and then later on I find more Tim Holtz fabric. Because, you know, you like to have all the cool fabrics. But, you know, when it's all said and done, I do get it all to fit on the shelves. Not perfectly neatly. But I think I ended up getting rid of a small box and 2 reusable grocery bag sizes are going. And also almost about 2/3 of a full trash bag is also going. Maybe a full trash bag, depending on what I decide to do with the ripped up parts of a quilt. If I want to, because those are vintage pieces of fabric. So if I want to like get those little tiny strips off and use them as toppers or something, I don't know yet if it's worth the time and the effort. We'll see. So yeah, a lot of folding. Because it's fabric. That's what you do with fabric. I've talked about the container concept before. Dana K. White talks about the container concept. I think Cass Clutterbug does as well, as does Dawn at the Minimal Mom. The other person I like to watch, is April. Oh shoot, let me find her. Space Makers, I think is what her channel is. And so I like to watch her. She got a new video each Sunday. I'll try to link her channel as well. I think her name's April. I don't know anybody's name. But anyway, so the container concept, which I've talked about before, this bookshelf is my container for all my fabric, lace, threads, any beading, and whatnot, but not crochet. Crochet is in the bottom drawer up in my bedroom, because that's where I do that if I'm ever able to do it again. And if I find that I'm not able to do it again, I will be letting go of all my crochet stuff. But for right now, it's in its container, and I'm not there yet. I'm waiting to see what the meds do, because if I go into a remission, I'll be able to crochet again. It's hard when you're kind of in limbo and waiting for things to happen. Okay, so the container concept. This bookshelf is my container, and so everything needs to fit comfortably, not overstuffed into the shelves, but I want, and everything needs, it could. It would be nice if it does fit comfortably onto the shelves, and not overstuffed, but easy to put things away. This box is supposed to be my little scraps, but that has extended into 2 boxes now, but I will use some of them. I just really like doing like the patchwork journals where you just kind of put pieces together. The covers anyway. So I'm thinking I might make some covers that I can then put in the shop. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, and then I'm finding bigger pieces in there that aren't supposed to be in there also. And I've got a few pieces of leather from my friend. My friend. She used to drop off her son, and then my boys would walk to school together. When she was working, back when they were little. And so she just lives a couple streets down from me. It's obviously not too far because they went to the same school. So yeah. That's just the container concept. So any other fabric I find in my space will need to be able to fit on that shelf. And if I have a piece that I want to put on the shelf and there's no room on the shelf, that means that I take something from the shelf to let go of. Probably one of these pieces of quilt is what it would be if there's one that's more ripped up. Eventually these will also be going to Cheryl, and maybe a couple pieces in my Ko-fi shop, we'll see. There were just nice big quilts that my great grandmother made that were in my aunt's basement in the closet. All right. Yeah, when I go to fold the really big quilt, I'm going to take that out because there's a lot of boobage that keeps showing when I'm trying to bend over. So when you see me start to fold this quilt, I'm going to take this part out. There we go. It's all folded. How nice was that? You didn't have to, because I kept fighting. I was like, I don't want to have to blur that out, but that's when I realized my shirt was too big. Not when I keep putting it up on my shoulder. I didn't realize I was doing that. It's when I was bending over and it was like all the boobage showing. We don't need to see all the boobage. All right, so I do have these plastic drawers. I have a few of these. I mean, it'd be nice to have something that's not plastic drawers, but at least these small plastic drawers, things don't get lost in the bottom of them. I don't like the big plastic drawers because they're just too deep and a lot fits in them, but then you can never find what you're looking for and it just becomes a jumbled mess, and they're just so big and bulky. But these little drawers, I get them on Amazon and they fit in the cubby holes. This is one from Target, this bookshelf. And then I also have another one, bookshelf from IKEA, that has the squares like that, and those little drawers fit on that as well. So it works nicely to be able to spread out, to have more micro storage, micro categories. I don't know. I'm just going through and pulling out any colored lace and trim so that I can have all the white and cream trim in the bottom two drawers and anything with color in the top drawer. I don't have a ton of color. Oh, except for there is that bag I put on top of that yellow bowl that I forgot about, and it's still sitting on top of there, but that's fine. Technically it's still on the container. I have to go through it. There's a lot of eyelash trim in there. I think that was from Kim, Images by Kim, because I placed an order one time and she put a bunch of extras in there as well. I can't remember if that was something I ordered or if that was something that she put in extra. So all the white and cream are going in those bottom two drawers, and then once I find the top drawer, that's where all the colored bits will go. I do have quite a bit of lace from my wedding dress, so that is definitely vintage lace. I've been married over, let's see, what years? 26 years. So I'm going to keep a good chunk of it, but I'm also going to put some of it in the store, with the bundles. When I make the bundles, I actually enjoy putting together little fabric bundles and coordinating pieces of fabric that kind of go together. I find that enjoyable, so I look forward to doing that. There'll be some Christmas fabrics as well. So all the little pieces of the quilts, except for these, I'm taking off the back part of what I can and sticking that with the little scraps. But the bigger pieces that could be journal covers are going in that green bag. That my grandma made me that. And since she made some of the quilts, and her mom made some of the quilts. So yeah. And yep, I wish I could work this fast in real life, but hey, I was able to work an hour and I feel really good about that. So for the people that have been watching these videos, I appreciate you so much. And for the people that have been commenting and being so positive, I so appreciate that. And for the people that have been inspired and motivated to work on their space, I am so proud of you. I know how hard it is, and I know sometimes you can walk into your space and just freeze from overwhelm, because that has happened to me about, let's say, 2020 or 2021, I think, was the first year I did like a big declutter, destash, and that's when I found the Disabled Artist Foundation Incorporated, I think, Inc., I don't know. They call it DAFI, D-A-F-I. Anyway. And that was the motivation I needed to break through the overwhelm and actually get rid of stuff, because they would take junk journal supplies and everything. So I was like, okay, all these pages and all these little things that I can't just donate to the thrift store, I can send there. Plus I had several D-stash boxes that I sold. I think hubby's coming down to switch the laundry. I am thankful that he does the laundry. So now I forget what I was talking. Oh yeah, I was able to break through that overwhelm because I had a place to send things. And then I also had the D-stash boxes, which most of those got sold. I did like medium size and large size, not prepaid, the boxes that the post office have, that it doesn't matter how much they weigh, they're the same price. Flat rate boxes. Oh my word, why is that so hard? And so that was good to get those out of there. And that was just a good result from that D-stash. So yeah. Okay, so this is the after. It's not perfect, but it's better. And that's all stuff. These 2 bags in that box are all stuff for me to oh my goodness, words are hard, to put together packs for the shop, basically. And then I have to decide if I want to figure out all those little scraps, or if I'm going to toss that part of that quilt or not. And we had almost a bag of trash, and that box back there is just stuff that's there. Containers and donate, basically. So, it's better. Better is good. I'm not looking for perfection. That quilt, sorry, my finger keeps getting in the way. That quilt down there is a sample quilt that my gran made, and my aunts and my cousin already got pieces that they wanted. That's why there's a big chunk cut out of it. And then the other quilts are down here, but they were in storage for a long time, so I need to figure out how to clean them without them falling apart. And once I can open this, all the buttons will go in there, or I might need to find another container if I can't open that. And this is where my paints used to be. So I don't know what should go up there. I don't have enough spools of thread. This is super crooked. That doesn't need to be so, well, I guess it's there. Sorry, that was my piece. And when you read The Artist's Way, it says to put up these rules. So I did. Long time, 2019 is when I put those up. All right, hope you guys enjoy that, and I hope you have a delightful day. Love you.